AEW Dynamite. So first, you're going to say to everybody, it'd be so kind if you could like and subscribe this video to my channel. I really appreciate that. If you could help, if I could get the support, that'd be great. So firstly, this is August 22nd, Dynamite, week commencing, and Rampage for the week prior. As you know, we get Rampage the week prior in England. We don't get it all in the same week. Starts off with Chris Jericho coming out, basically calling out Danny Garcia, saying, what was going on? Why did you put your hands on me? What was that about? I've been looking after you. I've been talking you up. You're here with me. Basically saying how he owns him and he wants an apology. And he wouldn't basically give an apology. And then Bryan Danielson come out. See, I've got the name right now. And then Bryan Danielson's basically saying, listen, you're a wrestler. What are you, a wrestler, sports entertainer? What's going on? And then Danny was basically indifferent because he says Jericho is his mentor and Bryan Danielson is his idol. And then he pushed Jericho on the floor again. So we'll see what happens there. And then Jake Hager came and started beating up on Bryan Danielson. So yeah. Then the first match, we had Jay Lethal versus Dax Harwood from FTR, the best tag team in AEW. Potentially, could you have the Young Bucks? I sat at them too anyway, but damn. But yeah, it was a really good match. Awesome match. I haven't seen it, but in the end, Lethal won. But you should go and watch it. It's a really solid match. Then we had a backstage segment with Thunder Rosa. Seemed quite emotional, but saying she has to go away for a while because she has an injury to nurse. But in the meantime, there's going to be an interim women's champion. I think she was sort of talking like she was gonna hand the title up, but I like the fact that AEW do interim titles. I think that's the best thing. If you're only going to be gone away for a month or two, so that's good. So there'll be an interim title match, I think. I think it's going to be Britt Baker versus Toni Storm in regards to the rankings, so we'll see what happens there. Then the first ever, it's not first ever, but in AEW, it's the first ever son versus father versus son match. We had Billy Gunn versus Colton Gunn. Yeah, really good match. Bit of interference here and there, but in the end, surprisingly, Colton Gunn won. And then a big brawl breaks out, and then Keith and Swerve come out, the tag team champions, because the acclaimed was with Billy Gunn as well, accompanying me to the ring. So see what happens there. Then we had Britt Baker versus Kyla King. Really good match. Britt Baker won. Britt Baker was like, hey, when I had a championship, I was wrestling with a broken freaking wrist, in fact, and basically sort of calling out Thunder Rosa for being not worthy as a champion, and calls out Toni Storm. So we'll see what happens there. Then we had Keith and Swerve versus the Acclaimed. Well, the announcement was that they're going to be versing against each other at All Out. So it's been confirmed, Keith Lee versus the Acclaimed at All Out. So that should be a good match. Then we had the Unified Championships. I have no idea why this match didn't happen at All Out. I don't know what the All Out main event's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen there. But we had Moxley versus Punk on Dynamite for the Unified titles, which I thought would happen at All Out pay-per-view because this is a massive match. In the end, the match basically just got started and Punk suffered an injury, and Moxley hit 2 paradigm shifts, and that was it. It was sort of a squash match. I have to admit, it was sort of a squash match. Now, there's only one champion, and his name is Jon Moxley. We have to. I don't know what happens there. Like I said, Punk was like playing an injury sort of angle, and then he got taken out. So we'll see what happens there. Punk may have came back too early and needed more rehab on his ankle to be in the ring full time. So he might have given the belt back, given the belt to Jon Moxley, and then came back. Gonna come back for a trilogy or something. So we'll see. Then we had Christian Cage backstage saying he's gonna beat down Jungle Boy, and he's giving up Jungle Boy loads of opportunities by him being his mentor, and he said he will face Jungle Boy at All Out, and he accepts his match. Then we had Ricky Starks calling out Hobbs, basically saying when Ricky Starks, whatever Ricky Starks was doing, he'll make sure Hobbs gets some of it. So if Starks got limelight, he'll make sure Hobbs get limelight. If Starks got mic time, he'll make sure Hobbs got mic time. So he's basically coming for Hobbs. Then we had Jon Moxley in the back after his win to unify the championships, the AEW World Championships. He's unified them now. Basically saying he doesn't care about the doubters. People have been doubting him all the time. But at the end of the day, he's saying if you want something done, you want to put your money on someone, put it on Moxley, is what he's saying. Then in the main event, we had Team Ospreay versus Rey Fenix, Penta and Pac in the trios elimination, for the trios elimination championships. Really good, solid, high flying, high impact, high move, maneuver, high spot match. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. But in the end, Team Ospreay won. Then we go to AEW Rampage the week prior. As I said, England's behind. We had Claudio come out now. He is now the ROH Ring of Honor World Championship. So congratulations to Claudio. And he said he wants a challenge against anyone, and someone immediately takes the challenge up. It was the natural Dusty Rhodes. Says he wants his chance at a World Championship, and Claudio's giving him the green light. So that's going to happen this week in Rampage. So I look forward to that. Then we had Private Party versus Swerve in Our Glory. Really good match. Swerve won, obviously. No one's beating that team right now. Then we had Zach Clayton calling out Hook. So he's going to win against Hook for the FTR World Championship. Absolute squash match, which was over in about 20 seconds. Yeah. Then we had Buddy Matthews versus Serpentico. Really good match. Buddy Matthews is massive. He's a massive guy. But in the end, Buddy Matthews won, and then Miro came out and attacked Buddy Matthews as well. Then we had Penelope versus Athena. I haven't seen Penelope in ages. I think she's been off injured. She comes back against Athena. Really good match for the women, but in the end, Athena won. Then in the main event, we have the Trust Busters, I believe they're called, versus Best Friends in a good match, good spirited match. Parker looked good in there. Parker Bordeaux looked good in there, and the rest looked good in there. But in the end, the Best Friends won. So that was that. That's your review of AEW Dynamite and Rampage in about 6.5 minutes. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And you can follow me on Instagram below. Take care.